Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Iron Line Vault comic book live sale. It's Friday night, and we've got some great books to showcase and display and share with you here this evening. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. My name is Lance. I'll be your MC for the evening. Padres, he's on assignment. he's usually in the background here helping me, but he will be back soon enough. But that's all right. He's tuning in, I'm sure. I hope you guys had a great week here. It has been a hopping one for us. Right after the Colorado Springs Comic Book Con. Colorado Springs Comic Con, that is the full title. We were, Iron Line was there. You got to meet, I was there, as was some of our outstanding staff. That's the reason we weren't live last week, but I appreciate the accommodation and joining us here tonight. I tell you what, it was, we'll say successful for us. We did very well. It was fun. Meeting new folks and really just touching base with so much of the community and letting them know about the Iron Line and kind of where we're at, inviting them to our comic trade night, which is coming up Monday on Labor Day. Iron Line, we're still going to be open, so come by if that means that your work accommodates that. Great. It'll be Monday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Iron Line. Come to the store, bring a short box of some books that you've got that you have duplicates of, or things that you're looking to trade up or whatever. It's a fun community, and I do think that based on some of the individuals we got to talk to over this past weekend, we'll have some new faces there too. So I don't know, new faces, old faces, it's always fun. Mr. Kevin, what up? Thanks for joining us here tonight. And what other things do we have coming up? We've got our sale here in just a moment. We got the trade night is coming up on Monday. Might have some things coming up at the end of the month as well. We're streaming through actually 3 feeds. I don't usually say we're doing 2 feeds, but we're here on the Iron Line Vault, the Facebook page, the Iron Line Facebook page as well. Those 2 pages, and we're also streaming through YouTube. So we want to reach as many as we can. We want to make sure that everybody has that opportunity, and particularly through YouTube, maybe that means that some people get to restream it or check it out there too. So, what it do, Mr. Henry? Howdy, Jeremy. Thank you, gentlemen, for tuning in. And let's see, we'll start in just a couple minutes here. If you're local to Springs, I hope you got to come see us at Colorado Springs Comic Con, but come by the shop for a trade night. But here's the other cool thing: any items claimed this evening, I'll be bringing those to the shop for that Monday night. You can pick them up then, or any days thereafter. I'll be behind the counter with your name on it, totaled up and everything. If you're not local, not a big deal. We send out books all the time. You'll get an invoice from me on Monday with those things that you've claimed. I'm okay with kind of rolling those over from week to week. One of the other charming things that we can offer is if collectively you spend $75 or more, Iron Line will cover the shipping. So that's another great thing too. We got sometimes it's real incremental, sometimes it's 1 or 2 books. That's okay. Hey, whatever. That works for us. And we're starting here about 5 o'clock Mountain Time. At about 10 minutes till 7, we'll do a recap of everything that was shown through the evening that somehow has not yet been claimed. If you think about it, or if you're willing to kind of test the waters and see let's see if it's still there in the recap. We'll show it one more time then. If you have to duck in and out, or if you got some stuff going on, make sure you're here for the last 10-15 minutes, because you'll get to see everything at the end there. We've got some cool things. We've had a very good comic buy recently here that I've got. You'll see a few books from that I think you guys are going to love. Let me see if there's anything else noted in here. So, like I said, with 3 streaming services going here, I try to keep it fair between which one claimed first. But here's the nice thing. There are some of these books that you'll be surprised I have more than one of. So if you see a claim, don't let that deter you, because that does help to even kind of color what books I show in the weeks later. So a book will be presented like this. Next will be a Post-it that has price. If it's something you'd like to add to your collection, in the chat there, you're going to type claim and then something related to that book. So claim X-Men, claim XM, if you want to abbreviate it and keep it quick. Claim Legends, claim X-Men Legends, claim X-Men 2, whatever. Something that gives me a little telltale as to that is the book you're looking to claim. And again, we try to keep the playing field fair that way. All right, let me see if there's anything else. Okay, we'll have some trivia coming up here too. I got some cool trivia questions for you. If you work here in the warehouse, you're off limits because you've already heard some of these questions. Don't don't do that. The 4 or 5 people who know the answers already. That's right. Buckwild in the house. Sup, Mr. Justin Buckwild Robinson. Alrighty. I've jibber jabbered enough. Let's look at some cool comics. Give me a Claim sketch. And you're going to get this X-Men Legends #2. That's the variant cover that looks like it's done on notebook paper. It felt appropriate for like a back-to-school type of thing. Oh, my kid's going back to school, and I don't know, this isn't that far off from some of my notebooks, I'll be honest. I see a very quick Claim sketch in there from Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan. Jeremy, congrats on that. On drawing First Blood with the X-Men Legends #2, Every Favorite Era. There we go. That's what we're going to try and do tonight. We're going to have every favorite era. Maybe we can do that. All right, let's kick it off here. We'll roll up to some cool things here. We'll start off with Gargoyles #6. This is the variant cover done by Lucio Perillo. He's a great fit for the Gargoyles books. He has a very painterly style with these beasts and monsters. So for the Gargoyles, that's perfect. Disney's Gargoyles, brought to you by Dynamite Entertainment. That's really... I mention it every time. I think it's weird that Dynamite, not Marvel, is printing these Disney books. I'm not sure why. Who knows? Greg Weisman, one of the creators and writers of the Gargoyles television series, is the writer here on Disney's Gargoyles. $4 for that Gargoyles #6 from Dynamite. You are very welcome, Mr. Jeremy. You know, I usually ramp up to these. Let's just jump into something cool here. This is a great mini-series. We have the whole set here. Magic, with a K, issues 1 through 4 of 4s in 1983. $20 we have on the entirety of the set. This one itself goes for about 10, so if that's a telltale, I try to keep it very fair, especially when putting the whole set together. Mr. Michael Thomas, hey! How are you doing this evening, Michael? From the pages of X-Men, you have Storm and Illyana in Magic. This is before Magic gets that gigantic sword, which is now kind of synonymous with her. The first issue has the origin of Illyana Rasputin, and fun that, like, we got that in 1983. I think it's 83 to 84. It actually is December through 84. A cool miniseries, Magic, numbers 1 through 4, for $20. All right, Cecil with the Claim Magic. I'll get your name on there, Cecil. Congrats. Next one we have up here is Spider-Man Deadpool #41. This is for $4. Dave Johnson does our cover here, and it's Dave Johnson's such a great designer and definitely a good artist to have a one-page joke there with Spider-Man and Spider Buggy. What happened to the lug nuts? Wait, is that what those are for? There we go. Quips ahoy on Spider-Man Deadpool #41 for $4. I've decided that Jeremy is my arch nemesis, like Xavier Magneto or Liefeld in feet and faces and helmets and hands. Thank you, Justin. Yes, the two of you can go mano a mano like Liefeld and feet. And the Claim Deadpool, I see going to Mr. Andrew Turner. Andrew, congrats on that Deadpool, and welcome. I don't think I'd seen you yet here. All right. Let's get to something. Ooh, okay. Jeremy with the wah ha 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 ha. I think that nice. You have to hit that with the B on the BW on the front end. Well done. Death of the Venomverse #2 for $5. This is one of the other variants. This is Ryan Stegman's other variant covers, and he's working through the Venom, all the Venom canon, all the Venom characters. Here in our Death of Venomverse, we have Venom 2099, 1990s. I forget exactly when he came out, but it was in the 90s Spider-Man 2099 books that we had Venom 2099, and now we have him here with that 90s callback by way of Ryan Stegman on Death of the Venomverse number 2, written by Cullen Bunn. He's written an awful lot of cool Venom stuff. $5 for that variant cover. You know, I don't. Well, we got some other Star Wars coming up here, but we'll kick it off here with the Star Wars Darth Vader number 37 for $5. This is the part of the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary variant covers. The covers are all the variant covers of that ROTJ anniversary arc are done by Chris Sprouse. I really dig Chris Sprouse, and good for him. He just gets to tell the entire Return of the Jedi by way of 41-page pinups, and so this is number 29 of 40. It's been art bouncing among all the Star Wars books, or all the ongoing Star Wars books. So Dr. Aphra, Bounty Hunters, Star Wars, Darth Vader, all those. Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan versus the Scourge here in one of the Dark Droids chapters within our Darth Vader book. $5 for that Darth Vader 37. This isn't sports cards. No, we got the sports cards. You get one page. You get one beautiful page. Here you get all sorts. These are full of great illustrations and such. Multiple Justins, Justin Upton, and all the more reason that I need Buck Wild in there. All right, Jean Grey number 1 for $5. I love this cover. I love this cover artist for that matter too. It's Amy Reeder. She's terrific. This ties into the Fall of X crossover. This is all kind of post the Hellfire Gala, all the fallout from there. It's written by Louise Simonson. If you don't know the name, she is responsible for an awful lot of terrific mutant canon. She's written X Factor. She's written so many books. I mean, she's up there with Chris Claremont's probably first in line for defining the X-Men genre. Louise Simonson is probably the second in place. I think even she'd be okay with that. $5 for that Jean Grey number 1 with the Amy Reeder cover. In fact, as much as I'm talking about Louise Simonson and X Factor here, let me follow that up with something cool. Let me see if I can find it for us. All right. Yeah, that's what I was wanting. All right. Louise Simonson, along with Walt Simonson, responsible for a lot of cool stuff here. X Factor number 24 for $25. This is one of those all-time key books, an evergreen key, as I like to put it. This is from 1988, and it's the splashy page, splashy cover here is telltale for what happens in there. This is the first full appearance of Archangel, as Angel was a feathered winged friend back in the original X-Men and from the 60s. By way of Apocalypse, he becomes one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse and dons the metal wings that honestly I think are pretty rocking. It's very cool stuff. From 1988, X Factor number 24 with that Walt Simonson cover and the first full appearance of Archangel. He goes from Angel to Archangel, if that tracks. All right, you guys are gonna slay this. Quick trivia question here. Yeah, you got this 1,000,000%. Name this Decepticon. Just give me the name of this Decepticon in the chat there, and you are going to get the Transformers best of him. Best of ... There we go. Yeah. I kind of dig seeing that purple Decepticon logo on cars and stuff, just out and about. You guys are flying through this. I like it. And I see the right answer a couple times, and an Optimus Prime. That's okay. It's a very stylized look. But the first with the correct Starscream goes to Buck Wild, Justin Robinson with Starscream. In fact, there's his name on there. Best of Starscream with that cover done by Biggie. Biggie's responsible for an awful lot of the IDW's best of covers. It's just a front-on shot like that, and they're all stylized and look very slick. Congratulations on those displays of Transformers knowledge. Congrats. Congrats. Justin Buckwild Robinson. All right. Stars. You guys are screaming through the Star Screams. Spider-Man number 11 for $5. If you don't recognize the artistry on here, I'll help you out. It's Peach Momoko doing our variant cover of Spider-Man number 11, a relatively new one here. New in that, in a good way, Dan Slott's our writer, and he's also giving us Spider-Boy within the Spider-Man book here too. If you're kind of keen to the Spider-Boy, you're in luck because he's getting his own series coming out fairly soon here too. Add that to your pull list if you don't have it in there yet. Spider-Boy number 1 is coming soon. I tell you what, based on the buzz about him and Dan Slott's teasing of what's to come, he feels like he's trying to set up Spider-Boys like the next Gwen or next Miles or something like that. $5, so that's Spider-Man number 11, Peach Momoko. All right. Ricardo with the yo-yo. Welcome, Ricardo. You're probably at work. I appreciate you joining us here, Ricardo. He makes time for us. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Hear that clacking? You know what's coming. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 1, just $30 here on it. This is 9/6 of the action figure variant of that Power Rangers number 1 from Boom Studios. This is dated from 2016. And David Ryan Robinson does the cover. It's not a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. That is interesting. But the Green Ranger looking great there. There we even have more of the green on the back now encapsulated at that. All looking good there. Ricardo just got home, just on. I appreciate that. And Ricardo got here just in time too with that claim MMPR too. Ricardo, Michael, I'd seen you just a few seconds behind Ricardo on there, but that's all right. Ricardo, we got you on that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger action figure variant with real Morphin action. Yeah, that's right. Congratulations, Ricardo. How was Comic-Con? Comic-Con was rocking. Colorado Springs Comic-Con was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Got to meet with some cool people. Found some great comics, some good homes, if you know what I mean. We sold some good stuff. We sold some higher end things. Here's the truth. You guys get to see most of those higher end things that we'd shown. You get to see them first here, but that's the way we roll. You guys get that opportunity, and I can tell you guys have good taste because those things sold well there too. So, Sinister War numbers 1 through 4 of 4. This is from 2021. This is a full 4-part miniseries set. Do the covers look busy? Because they are. It is the Sinister Six versus the Savage Six. So that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of fisticuffs among Spidey's villains. Spider-Man should probably just step out of the way and let the pieces fall where they may. Nick Spencer is one of the writers on our series here. He writes the first 3 of them, and then Mark Bagley is our artist. Mark Bagley, a terrific Spider-Man artist. I also like this kind of almost collage looking Spidey on the number 1 there. I dig it. $15 for the entire Sinister War 4-part miniseries set. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate number 1. Just $4 here. This is a fun one. If you've not read a Ninja Turtle book in a while, this is a good way to jump in. It's a one-shot from IDW. I'm saying it's a self-contained story. Splinter is kidnapped, and the Turtles and April O'Neil are following the clues throughout New York City. Robbie Rodriguez does the cover, who you might know from like Spider-Gwen. Is very, very notable. A very notable artist there with on Spider-Gwen. And our TMNT Splintered Fate number 1 of 1. And Buckwild, I'd seen you on the claim of the Sinister claim. Gotcha on those. Terrific. And I'd seen couple claims of TMNT, and I was saying on the front end, we have multiple sometimes, just like that. That's a one shot, but we do have two of them. To Ricardo, congrats on there. And Josh Boyce, Josh, hey, welcome. You know what? I'll be honest, maybe you haven't joined us in some time, but Josh, if you haven't, let me know if you're local to Colorado Springs. If so, I'll bring them to the shop. If not, hey, that's okay. I'll get some mailing info from you on Monday. You'll hear from me on Facebook. But congratulations, Josh. Thanks. And good claim. Nice claim, says Ricardo. That's right. We're a very supportive group here. I like that. Here's another one-shot, relatively recent one here. Addams Family, The Bodies issue. It's for $5, also from IDW. Yeah, I guess I did the TMNT book just a moment ago. Addams Family, The Bodies issue. This is kind of we'll say pivoting from the success of Wednesday, which is great. It's a lot of fun, but if the style doesn't look like Addams Family's, you know it. This is based on like Charles Addams' actual the designs for the characters, the original like one panel comic strips. His work appeared in like the New Yorker and such. So it has this design to it from, the characters are super stylized, even by today's standards. Consider when these came out. And this is the first of a series of one-shots that we're getting up to Halloween. I think there's 4 one-shots that we're going to get this year of the Addams Family books. So if you dig this, keep your eyes open. There'll be some other Addams Family coming along. Andrew, with that big claim, Andrew, congrats on the Addams Family, The Bodies issue, which sounds macabre. I hope it is. It should be. Fantastic Four number 25 for $5. Well, there's a few great reasons I presented this Fantastic Four book here. Artgerm is one of them. That's actually a pretty big one right there. Artgerm giving us Doctor Doom. He looks terrific on here. This is from 2020 within that series, and Artgerm gave us a few covers in our Fantastic Four run here. He's great. We're gonna see some more Artgerm here things tonight too, and. Just got one of them, but the first claim with the F4, Freddy. Freddy was mighty quick on the F4 there. But that's okay. Michael, you're close. We'll, like I said, keep your eye out for some other Artgerm covers coming up soon here, too. In fact, maybe I can make that happen sooner rather than later. Let's see here. It'll be coming up. It'll be coming around the mountain. Michael, very gracious with a nice claim. Well done. Spider-Man number 1 for $50. This is a cover done by Shannon Mayer, Maer. So 2019, and this is the Spider-Man series that was written by J.J. Abrams and his son Henry Abrams. That J.J. Abrams. Yep. We'll see if that focus is going to help us in a moment here. But quite the name to associate to any project, let alone writing a Spider-Man arc. Sarah Pichelli does the interior artwork, but this also graded at 9.8. Shoot, I buried the lead on that one. Our 9.8 CGC slabbed and graded Spider-Man number 1 with the first appearance of Cadaverous. This is the Comic Mint edition. There we go. That's what helps us out with that Comic Mint there too. Just $50 here on that already graded 9.8 Spider-Man number 1. It's gorgeous. It's really a great looking Mary Jane there. Incredible Hulk Facsimile Edition, number 181 for $4. I can't get Facsimile Edition out quick enough sometimes. If it was $4, I mean, by any other means, you should all be claiming it. This is from reprints, the first appearance of Wolverine. Debatably, I know, we talk about it all the time in here, whether it's 180 or 181. You're right to think 180. He's on the last page. He's referenced by name. It's a bit more than a cameo. Our facsimile edition. What's fun is that they do. It gets all the way down to the ads. So even on the, I mean, in fact, I'll show you. I'll pull the board out just for a moment if you're curious. But all the way down to the mail away ads, and it's a fun way to experience it in print, to have it in hand, to see the entire book of Hulk 181 with that famous cover and that famous debut of our Canadian superhero Wolverine. With that Claim Hulk. On to Freddy. Freddy, congrats. Oh, and Michael saying, I want to send off the 300 reprint. Oh, you're not wrong about that. We might be able to make that happen for you there, Michael. In fact, I've sent off some things very recently, and we've been getting some things back too from CGC in the near future too. Michael knows what I'm talking about. I messaged him earlier about a cool book that's coming back to him. Shipped off today. This is the book Michael's talking about too. Amazing Spider-Man number 300 for $7. Is the reprint, a facsimile reprint of that special 25th anniversary issue, an iconic cover by Todd McFarlane with interior art by Todd McFarlane, and our black costume Spider-Man, $298, $99, $300, all giving birth to bridging the symbiote and Venom. It's a lot of fun. And Cecil with the Claim ASM. Congrats, Cecil, on that ASM 300 facsimile edition. We gotcha. All right, next here is just $3 here on Immortal She-Hulk number 1 for $3. This is the variant cover done by Daniel Warren Johnson. It's a pretty vicious looking She-Hulk there. she has done some damage, and she knows she's immortal. So who's gonna make her pay for whatever blood she just drew? Al Ewing is the writer. He was responsible for the Immortal Hulk, and now our Immortal She-Hulk, and the Immortal Thor that just came out here too recently. So the first claim on that She-Hulk, the Claim Shulky, which that'll count, is to Mr. Buckwild Robinson. Justin, congrats on that Immortal She-Hulk number 1 variant edition. Looks like a blacklight version. But you're not far off. That does look like it could under a blacklight or something like that. That'd be rocking. You're right, Cecil. All right. This is a goofy one. I dig it. Doctor Strange number 62 for $6. It's 1983, in which Doctor Strange faces off against Dr. Acula. It's a Mitch Hedberg joke, and this predates that Mitch Hedberg joke about Dr. Acula, Dracula, here in our Doctor Strange versus Dr. Acula for $6 from 1983. Strange versus Dracula. All right. I had that. We had that Immortal She-Hulk there, and I said she was looking fierce and dynamic on the cover there. This is one of my favorite covers of recent. I've probably shown a raw version of this at some point, but we have graded versions of this at a great price here. This is Wonder Woman number $7.99. We have $50 on the 9/8 graded Raza variant cover of Wonder Woman. It's dynamic, it's powerful, it's beautiful. It's not this would be the high watermark, the high bar to set for a Wonder Woman movie poster. That's what you want Gal Gadot to look like by way of lighting and everything. Raza is amazing. This is at Raza's peak, in my opinion. As from DC Comics, our Wonder Woman number $7.99 graded at 9/8. Like I said, one of my favorites here. And Josh was asking if anyone claimed the Jean Grey. Your phone was a little bit lagging at the time. Hey, that's okay. We'll get you on there. No problem. Josh, I've got you on that Jean Grey #1. I think that was it. So, no worries. We got you. We got you. And it gives me another moment to kind of showcase, as I said, one of my favorite covers of recent. And if you liked one earlier, I think you're gonna love this one too. Another graded book. We'll throw right out there too. Just $30 here on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid #1, graded at 9.8. This is that was like arc that impacted all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers books throughout. There you have it's an oversized book, so the slab is actually a bit thicker than you might immediately think, especially when you because of the page count. That cover done by Jamal Campbell. Kyle Higgins is our writer, and the claim MMPR, that's the shorthand for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the quickest way to do it is to Ricardo. Congrats, Ricardo, on another great Mighty Morphin Power Rangers book. We'll be able to see some more of those in the future here. We've had some cool Power Rangers books come through recently. Chroma Tick #2 for $4. I like the Tick. He's one of my favorite characters. I'd say one of my favorite comic characters. He's just one of my favorite characters, period. This is reprinting Tick #2, which from New England Comics, it was originally a black and white book, and now it's in color, and Tick almost can't take it. It's color, cards, posters, more. 40 pages from Ben Edlund is our Chroma Tick #2. And Andrew Turner, claim Tick. I hope you dig it. Andrew, if you've never read a Tick comic, it is definitely worth opening up. It's, as I said, one of my favorite things. They're so much fun. It's unreasonably good from issue 1. It doesn't have to ramp up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #142 for $4. Speaking of some independent comics made good, like The Tick, now printed by IDW, TMNT, the Kevin Eastman variant of our Ninja Turtles #142. She's looking very cool there. Sophie Campbell is our current writer on TMNT, along with Kevin Eastman. The two of them are tag teaming as we are in kind of the wake or fallout from the Armageddon game, that arc that took, we'll say, a better part of this year. We've been in the Armageddon game, and now we're dealing with that. Like I said again, fallout from that. Andrew with the TMNT 142 Eastman variant. Oh, you know what? I see a second claim on there from Mr. Henry Hopkins. I've got 2 of them. Henry, you 2 are getting that TMNT 142. Congratulations, gentlemen. Perfect. Have I not shown a Batman book yet? Oh boy, let's resolve that immediately. Batman #2 for just $30. It's graded at 9.4. This has the first appearance of William Cobb as Talon. However, that's what I think is particularly cool about this variant cover. This is the Jim Lee variant cover. A Jim Lee Batman variant cover with the book written by Scott Snyder, interior art by Greg Capullo. All those individuals I want them to be able to make Batman books forever. This is from 2011, part of that New 52 launch, rated at 9.4. A beautiful Jim Lee Batman cover for $30. Mr. Henry, you are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for the claim. Claim sounds a lot like crane. That's my transition. That's all I got. Disney's Gargoyles Dark Ages #2 for $5. This is the cover. This is the main cover, not the variant cover, done by Clayton Crane. As I said earlier, with the Disney Gargoyles series, also written by Greg Weisman, with I forget his first name. Moss is the interior artist, and he's been doing an awful lot of great stuff by way of Dynamite and their Disney properties. He's has some terrific covers and interior work. The Dark Ages arc, this miniseries that we're getting, it fills in the gap that was always kind of alluded to in the series of like when the Gargoyles and humans lived together. So now we have that kind of flashback miniseries. $5 for Gargoyles Dark Ages #2 with a Clayton Crane cover. Easy for me to say. Star Wars: The High Republic #1 for $5. It's the third print of that High Republic #1. Before the Skywalker saga, there was Star Wars: The High Republic with Jedi versus Jedi. This High Republic series has been very popular, and here on this, enough that it got many printings. This being the third print, with the first appearance of Keeve Terrace, KC-79, Rondor Cohen, a number of Star Wars characters that I don't think I've heard their names audibly anywhere, so I'm taking a stab at a lot of consonants running together. But this is reprinted from 2021, this third print of Star Wars High Republic #1. Very quick on that claim, but to Mr. Michael Thomas. Michael, congrats on, I think is a good pickup on that Star Wars High Republic #1 third print. As I point out to, these latter printings, the print run gets shorter and shorter, and sometimes those third printings, they'll really just pop, because they're, comic fans are completists, Star Wars fans are completists, so we need all of them. We need to get the whole run. We need to get every variant and every cover, and that is a unique cover too, which I like too. Punisher numbers 89 through 92. I want to get when you get cool books like this, it's only $6 for the 4-chaptered story, Punisher in Miami. He's dealing with a whole lot of Miami vices out there. It's written by Chuck Dixon. He's a great fit for Punisher. He's also a very good fit for like Batman. Chuck Dixon does dark characters very well. This came out from 1994 with Punisher versus, we'll say, the drug kingpins in Miami. And it's also featuring Microchip, his buddy, played by Wayne Knight. I think that was in the Punisher Warzone. Punisher numbers 89 through 92, chapters 1 through 4 of that Miami Heat. $6. That's before the Miami Heat, too. Actually, is that right? I don't know. It's possible. I'm talking the sports team. $6 for that full Punisher 4-chaptered story. The stronger the Jedi, the fewer the vowels, says Jason. Thank you. I do think that there's at least one Jedi that has been named by somebody sneezing with their fingers on the keyboard. I guarantee that has happened once. It must have. It's just Kazar. Like, okay, sure. He sounds super powerful. Let's go with that. Kazar. Spectre number 8 for $7. This is just a fun one. I dig this. It's from 1993 with Tom Mandrake providing our artwork. But what's, I think, cool, and it's a 90s book. Of course it's a 90s book because it glows in the dark. You can actually it's kind of easy to see based on it being printed on black. But when you kill the lights, the bodies become skeletons. You can see the ribs and stuff. And Spectre becomes skeletal as well. A glow-in-the-dark book from the 90s. Yes, please. And Spectre is a great fit for that. Spectre, Ghost Rider, glow-in-the-dark covers all day. $7 for that Spectre number 8 from 93. Fantastic Four number 1 from 2013 for just $4. Written by Matt Fraction with artwork by Mark Bagley. We've seen his artwork appear in the Sinister War that we'd shown earlier, usually associated kind of like Spider-Man books, but terrific with the Fantastic Four, the world's greatest comic magazine, as of 2013. I don't know. Maybe that's that moniker still rings true. For $4 for Fantastic Four, number 1, 4. I think I'm just entertaining myself on that one. Venom Death Trap: The Vault for $8. I'm not even going to say number 1 because this is a graphic novel. It's a 64-page book. Best I recall, this does not reprint another series. This is unique into itself. It's an embossed cover with that kind of 5th color neon green going on there too. Ron Lin does the cover and the interior artwork. It's the Avengers and Venom are dealing with the Vault. I mean, it's as we'll say that prison where heroes and villains are sequestered to. Mr. Jeremy Parker, the claim for 4x4x4. Thank you for that claim, Jeremy. It's a it's a good book, especially for that price. Congratulations, Jeremy. So Venom, Death Trap, The Vault. As you can probably see there, that's the square bound. That's the 64 pages of one-shot story in the graphic novel. That's my definition. I feel like a graphic novel is a unique story printed. A trade paperback is reprinting a story. I think it's, I don't know, I'll say that's my definition of it. I think that rings pretty true. I can usually define a book that way. Penguin #1 for $5. The first issue of our Penguin series here. I feel like it's going to be a mini series, but they haven't said how many issues it's going to be. So maybe it's going to run like a Joker arc or something like that. It's written by Tom King, so the more Tom King we can get, the better. I mean, he's a tremendous writer. He's award-winning and done a lot of great things like WandaVision, or not WandaVision, but the Vision series there. What's the other one I'm trying to think of too? He did Strange Adventures, I believe was the book. Another award-winning one. One of the reasons I also like this Penguin book, it's a cover done by Brian Boland, who's responsible for like The Killing Joke and a lot of other great covers and stuff too. But the first claim I see here on Penguin, wow, okay, I need to get some more Penguin books for you guys, is to Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan, JPR. Congrats on that Penguin. Like I said, it's a new series coming out, and we'll see if I can get some more Penguin in the future for you guys. Uncanny X-Men #508 for $6. This is a cover and interior artwork done by Greg Land, and I mentioned Matt Fraction on the Fantastic Four book. Here he was writing our X-Men here in this era as well. Greg Land is just a tight, clean style. Not that dissimilar from Brian Boland as well. Like I said, just clean and very purposeful, and it looks sharp. This features the Sisterhood here on our X-Men #508 for $6. We'd seen the Immortal She-Hulk a moment ago, and now we have the Immortal Thor. That's our Immortal Thor here is $7. That's, I won't say just the cover price on it, but Al Ewing taking another run at the Immortal franchise that he really defined by way of the Immortal Hulk. Alex Ross does the cover for this, and I feel like he's going to be doing the covers for all of them. If that's, again, kind of echoing the Hulk and some of the success they had there too. Don't mess with something that works. And I hadn't missed it there, but Cecil, I've got you on that X-Men book. Congrats, Cecil. And Mr. Buckwild on the claim of Thor. Congratulations on that Immortal Thor #1. I like I said, it's a high watermark to hit, but I sure hope it's as rockin' as, say, like as our Immortal Hulk. That 50 book run is I think it's historic. I don't think it's too early to put that label on it. Death of the Venomverse #2 for $5. It's a beautiful cover with our female Venom on there, with the a few things going on. Is the variant cover done by Derek Chu. Derek Chu has a great style. It's up there with Artgerm. The Artgerm fans, I think, are also kind of coming to the Derek Chu camp. David Michelinie is one of the writers. He's also responsible for creating Venom. He wrote Amazing Spider-Man back around like that 298, 299, 300 run, as we'd seen the 300 facsimile a moment ago. He also wrote he's written a lot of Venom stuff, but also features Venom Boy. I mentioned Spider Boy a moment ago. I kind of feel, I wonder when we can get these two. When can we get these two together? Venom Boy here in Death of Venomverse and Spider Boy, both very popular right now. I think that's writing's on the wall. Let's see those two. Let's see those two happen. This is just a weird, fun book. I'll tell you a little bit about it here. CBS presents Action Zone #1 for $5. Yes, the first word of this whole title is CBS, as in the Columbia Broadcasting Station. This is teasing their animated lineup that's going to be on Saturday mornings as of 1994. It's a cover by Jim Lee, again, unreasonably great, doing Ninja Turtles, Wildcats, and Skeleton Warriors. Claim Action. So that's a good looking claim there, Jeremy. Congrats to Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan on the CBS Presents Action. All right, let's do. Okay, I got another trivia question here for you. It's tangential. It's a Batman-related question, but what is Scarecrow's real name? If you know the name of the individual who goes by the moniker Scarecrow, we're going to get the DC's Night Terrors #1. Here's the truth. Scarecrow's not associated to the Night Terrors, as best I've figured. I mean, I haven't read the whole thing, but it seemed related enough. And let's see, I see the right answer in there already a couple times. So let me get you on there, Mr. To Jason Reeves, and Buckwild. As to say, Justin Buckwild Robinson, both with the Crane. Jonathan Crane. Not the Fraser Crane. Congratulations to both of you. I've got 2 copies of that Night Terror. You're both going to get that Dawn of DC's Night Terrors #1. To both of you. Congratulations, gentlemen. You guys don't disappoint. I'll be honest, that's one I threw at some of the folks here in the warehouse, and they're like, I think I know that. I'm like, yeah, you're close. You should know that. He's been in the movies and stuff. He's a doctor. You're very welcome, Jason. Jason Reeves. Another $30 slabbed book here. I like that when you have an opportunity to get a graded book for $30. Cable #1 from 1993, graded at 9.2. We got wraparound cover. You get to see both sides of our cool Cable book here. Embossed with that cover done by Art Thibert. I think that's how it's pronounced. The embossed gold foil wraparound cover of our Cable #1. Oh boy, you guys are quick on this, and I feel like I hope we've got some other cool books I get to share out. The only one of this one, the first claim of Cable, I see going to Ricardo. Ricardo, you got some cool slabs coming your way. Quick on it. All right, let's go to. Alrighty, $20 here on Captain America #133. This is a book from 1971. It's significant for a couple reasons. It has the origin of MODOK. That's what MODOK's supposed to look like. When I say supposed to, I don't think we get that in Ant-Man, the Ant-Man sequel. Written by Stan Lee, and this is also the beginning of, I believe it's right after this Captain America book that we get like the Captain America Falcon team up with Captain America, with them sharing the title in the very near future here. $20 for that book from 71. And that claim cap going to Mr. Cecil. Congratulations, Cecil, on a cool key cap. Sup, nerds of the vault. Sup, nerds is that's the calling card from one Mr. Terry Gill. Welcome, Terry. Thanks for tuning in this evening. From Captain America to a real American hero, G.I. Joe Alliances. This is volume 4 for $10. This is I kind of feel like this is a fair price for this trade paperback that is well out of print. It's been out of print for some time. It's from Devil's Due Publishing, and there's a renewed interest in G.I. Joe and kind of all things Hasbro by way of Robert Kirkman and him reviving them in his Skybound Image imprint. So if you're interested in reading a cool G.I. Joe book, like I said, I feel like this is a fair price of it too. Last I looked up the pricing of this, it's wild. It is way up there in some spots. $10 for that G.I. Joe Alliances Volume 4 trade paperback. There you go. There's that number 4 on the spine. Get them all lined up on your bookshelf. The classy bookshelves have trade paperbacks on them. And I see that claim of G.I. Joe. Let me see. I'd seen Buck Wild. Justin, congrats on that G.I. Joe trade paperback. And again, at that one of the things I like too is at that price, I feel like you can open it up, you can read it. You're not you're not gonna do that much damage to it. It's great. And Kevin with giving props to that Captain America pickup. Nice pickup, says Kevin. And if you don't know, Kevin's a Captain America fan. His avatar is actually an Alex Ross cap. So. Event Leviathan number 2 for $12. It's got a few qualifiers on it here. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive variant cover. That cover done by Jason Fabok. Brian Michael Bendis is the writer, and because it's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, it is the polybagged foil cover. I don't know if that foil picks up, particularly being a polybag, but the polybagged San Diego Comic-Con foil Fabok exclusive cover from San Diego Comic-Con 2019 to help you out there too. $12 for that Event Leviathan number 2. With artwork by Alex Maleev too. Jason, I think this may be your first claim of the evening, but thank you for joining us, Mr. Jason Jones, with that claim of the Batman Poly Bag. It's a cool one, and if it's not in your collection, that's a cool addition. Congratulations, Jason. This is a great price point for something that's just, I'll be honest, just cool. It's just cool. It's just fun. Just $3 here on another cool DC book, the Red Lanterns number 1. Is the Futures End Red Lanterns number 1. There we go. Let me see if I can get that to lenticulate for us. Yeah, I'm using it as a verb. The lenticular cover of Red Lanterns number 1 for $3. As a Red Lanterns versus the Blue Lanterns. Sure, there's all sorts of lanterns all over the place. Written by Charles Soule. It's a one-shot, so if you're kind of interested in reading a cool Green Lantern adjacent book and have a cool cover on it, just $3 on there. I'm going to stick with the DC for a moment, but we're going to roll the clock back to 1986. Alan Moore is writing Swamp Thing in this era. Here we have at $60, Swamp Thing number 49. This is graded at 9.6. The sophisticated suspense book here is featuring John Constantine, Deadman, Demon, Phantom Stranger, Spectre, a whole lot of the Justice League dark characters are appearing here in this. Honestly, a very, very cool cover. As Swamp Thing goes, I mean, there's very artsy covers, and then this is what makes Swamp Thing cool. Stephen Bissette does the cover. He's a very good fit for hyper detailed nature like this. He did a collection of he's done like dinosaur illustrations and stuff too. I identified his work at Disney Park. There's some dinosaur illustrations, and when I saw him, I was like, I need to look this up, but I'm pretty sure that's Stephen Bissette. It is. So I'm proud of myself. Like I said, Alan Moore, the writer here. If you have an opportunity to read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, or really just anything he does, it's always gold. Swamp Thing number 49, graded at 9.6. Okay. I told you we got some cool stuff here. This is a bigger swing, but you'll understand. These are all the direct editions. We have the whole set, numbers 1 through 6. Venom Lethal Protector for $70. This is one of those that every time I look up the price of it, I feel like it goes up a bit. This is the full run Venom Lethal Protector from 1993. Venom's first solo series with what do I call it, the red holofoil cover there, the spider webs back there behind Venom. And not only is it, we'll say, Venom's first solo title here, it has, within the series, we get the first appearances of Scream and Lasher, and Agony and Phage and just all sorts of other symbiotes and such. It is such a cool series. One of the things I particularly enjoy too is like, so preceding this, they tested the waters with like backup stories, particularly like in Spider-Man annual books. And it's pretty much flopped. So it's Spider-Man front and center here, and it says guest starring Venom. That's what you'd get in the corner. Now Spider-Man's relegated to not even that little sliver, that corner sliver there. $70 for the entire Venom Lethal Protector numbers 1 through 6. I also contend this is one of my favorite layouts of a cover, a Venom cover. It's Mark Bagley. However, I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, Bagley and Sam De La Rosa do the cover here, but the layout of it is brilliant. It's him in the alley, so it's, you know, off the beaten path, but he's towering over the city here. Like I said, it's just such a very interesting layout. It's purposeful and perfect. Venom Lethal Protector 1 through 6 for $70. All right, I've shown some new. John Jay says, "Don't even regret buying the series from you, and they all came out beautifully." Yep, I'm I'm glad, Tommy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for $15. Number 52 was from 1992. I've been showing a lot of like the IDW TMNT books. However, this is our from 92. It's published by the original TMNT publishers of Mirage Publishing, written by Eastman and Laird. They're still helming the book in this era, and this is part of that City at War chapter 13 versus it's TMNT versus Shredder and the Foot, and this is also the first cameo of Kara, I think it's Karai. That's probably I'm not pronouncing that right. That is Shredder's granddaughter, so an apparent heir to Shredder. And even with the movies come out and the animated series exists, but in the Mirage books, the black and white books, they are still sporting the red bandanas. TMNT number 52 from 92 for $15. Pardon my sneeze there. It's a cool key book within the Iron Man pantheon. You'll understand why. $25 we have here on Iron Man at number 304, as this says the debut of the Hulkbuster armor. Guest starring Thunderstrike as well, but it's that Hulkbuster armor making its first appearance here in Iron Man number 304. And if you're curious if this is one you've kind of been looking at in the past or aware of, this does include the trading cards as well. That's to say that there were trading cards that were promotionally put in the book. I'll show you what I mean. This is also just good to know for the future too. If you get to a spot where you're looking for one of these, that it has the Marvel masterpiece, the Mark Bagley Spider-Man trading cards in there. It's actually, once it's out of the bag and board, it's very easy to tell because they're such a heavy stock. Like you almost don't need to open it. You could just feel the weight of it, of having those cards printed in the spine of that. These books here from 94. Iron Man number 304 for $25. Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Redder, number 2 for $5. This says these are anthology books with a lot of great creators contributing to our series. Kelly Thompson, whose most recent work is in The Cull. She's had some success outside of, like, with independent books and such, and this is the first time she's working on a DC book. So writing one of the chapters in here, you also get like the Super Pets and Zatanna and such here, and there's the send up of the Batman Black and White. Now we have Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Redder. The Acclaim HQ going to Jason Reeves. Jason, congrats on the HQ. This is a series. I've enjoyed the covers. I think the series itself is delivering on what it's promising. Something Epic. It's a grand title, but a grand book at that too. $4 for the Something Epic variant cover. Our variant cover here is it's an image printed book, but if you don't recognize it, it is the beginning of an epic adventure in something epic. There's our Indiana Jones homage. Epic adventures or something epic is where a young individual is learning that he can manifest things that he imagines. And if it was somebody from today, of course, it would be something like something pop culture related, kind of in a Ready Player One kind of way. And as Jeremy was saying, Jeremy Parker Ryan's here. The covers for this series are fire. I agree. I think it's been fun to see like what they decide to highlight. Things like Indiana Jones, and it started with an Eminem one, and we've had even things like Hook and Goonies, whatever. Cool stuff on the Something Epic books. That's going to Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan, and I'll tell you what, I actually got two of them. So why have one Something Epic when you can have two? Also going to Buck Wild. Congratulations, Justin. The Back to the Future cover? Yeah, you're exactly right there, Jeremy. Yeah, that's it. They really did just key in on my favorites list. Like, what do I still own on DVD? All right, okay, there you go. I'm not getting rid of those anytime soon. Something could happen, you know. All right, this is from 2004, and that matters for what I'm going to tell you here. Human Torch number 8 for $4. This is by Scotty Young. This is a cover done by Scotty Young, and it doesn't look like Scotty Young's work up today. So considering this is nearly 20 years old, he was blazing a trail, pun fully intended here on Human Torch, on books like Human Torch. It's still super stylized and super cool, but yeah. I kind of like to see him do more like this. It's really cool. But he's busy writing award-winning books and stuff. And the claim Young going to Jason Reeves. That's why you're mighty close, sir, Mr. Michael. That's okay. Michael, you're helping me to figure out some of what I should share in the future here too. So I appreciate that. Okay. All right. At about the midway point here to something awesome, something old, something X-Men. It's a wedding thing, right? X-Men number 96 for $150. This is rated at 7.5 from 1975. This has a first appearance of Moira McTaggart. I'm not hitting that right. There we go. So it's a key book from 1975. We've already done the work of getting it created. Written by Chris Claremont with artwork and cover done by Dave Cockrum. It's the Night of the Demon, but if the X-Men can defeat it, it may be the last night of the world. Look who's smiling now, says that guy. The all-new, all-different X-Men number 96 by Claremont and Cockrum. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. The colors look great. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I can say how good it looks, but now that's been created and locked in, it's really, really nice. Cecil with that claim X-Men. Congratulations, Cecil, on X-Men number 96. It's gorgeous. It's a great book. Congratulations, Ed. Cecil, I hope you can join us on our comic trade night on Monday. I hope you can join us. That gives me an opportunity to kind of hype that one more time. All right, let's do another newer book here, and an artist we love, J. Scott Campbell. I don't think I've said his name yet this evening. Disney Villains Maleficent number 4. So each issue of the Maleficent series has had a J. Scott Campbell variant. This is the 4th issue of that series. I need to double check. They haven't said it's a mini-series, but I feel like it's going to wrap up at 4 here, and then maybe we get something moving in the future here. Sue Lee is otherwise the writer and artist, and Sue Lee is a great fit for Maleficent. I've probably said it before, but just a real handle on what the book should look like, how it should the story, the pacing. It's well done. Well, I like having a single voice behind an IP that's known like that. But that J. Scott Campbell Maleficent variant, looking rockin' here. And Ricardo agrees. Ricardo, I've got you on that Maleficent J. Scott Campbell variant. Enjoy. It's cool. It's a good fit. Four chapters, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the limited series of Hercules. This is from 1984. I just have $6 on that full miniseries. This is Hercules, Prince of Power. This is the second miniseries. The first one came out about 82, 83, I believe. And Bob Layton is the writer, artist, cover artist. As I start talking to Maleficent, we get like the same voice working on the entirety of it. For our Hercules, which what's funny is I know he's a mythological character that should be timeless, but he really looks like 1984. I'm not sure how exactly they accomplish. It's timeless and exactly 1 year. $6 for Hercules, numbers 1 through 4 of 4. That miniseries from '84. All right, got a trivia question for you guys. I think you'll get this. It's very dependent on knowing the creator. I've been talking about the writer, creator, all in one package here. The name associated to this character is Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens created what pre-World War II era hero in 1982? That's to say that Dave Stevens created a comic book character, a comic book by this name it was a throwback even when it was made in '82. It's been adapted since. It has some popularity, and you know the character. If you didn't know that Dave Stevens was responsible, there you go. I'm going to fill you in on that. But if you know what Dave Stevens is most synonymous with, you'll get a cool book here. You guys impress me. Sergeant Rock, not a bad pick. You guys are not far off on that. That's a pretty good one. But Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan is correct on the Rocketeer. So Jeremy, you're going to get the Rocketeer Den of Thieves, the blank variant. The blank variant of Rocketeer is coming to you. Good guess on Sergeant Rock. That's a good per what I was just describing. That fits very well. And B, thanks for joining us here this evening too. I don't think I'd seen your name pop up yet, but you were right on that trivia question. And Buck Wild with a nice one, Jeremy. But he's your nemesis. Spider-Man number 50 for 5. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 50 with a cover done by Art Adams. It's an oversized book because it's a round number. And as a kind of a return of Spider-Man versus Kindred, written with artwork and cover by Patrick Gleason. With a quick claim on Spider-Man to Tommy J. We gotcha. Gotcha, Tommy. Congrats on that Spider-Man claim. Let's do Immortal Hulk Flatline, number 1. This is, again, I've been talking about the Immortal lines from Immortal Thor that just came out to our Immortal She-Hulk and Immortal Hulk. Here we have a one-shot spin-off of the Immortal Hulk series. Immortal Hulk Flatline number 1 with all, again, one voice behind it is Deacon Shalvey. Easy for me to say. Yep. So when you see the lineup in a corner like that, it almost always goes writer, artist, writer, penciler, inker, colorist, if they maybe even letterer. But so the first name will be the writer, and then the second name will be generally the first name's writer, second name's then the artist. When you have one name in the corner, that means that Deacon is responsible for the entirety of this Immortal Hulk Flatline number 1 for $5. And Henry with that claim Hulk. Congratulations, Henry, on the Immortal Hulk one shot. Dark Knight's Death Metal, Robin King #1 for $40. This is graded at 9.8, a CGC slabbed and graded. The variant cover done by Jeremy Roberts with our Robin King front and center on there. It's not one of the foil covers. I know that's foil and embossed covers are usually synonymous with our Dark Knights series, in particular like the Dark Knight's Death Metal. That's from end of 2020. $40 for that Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King. If you like the Death Metal series, or say Batman Who Laughs or Robin King, a great fit here at 9.8. There's a matchup of some favorite characters here. $5. We got the Black Panther versus Deadpool #1 from 2018. This is Ryan Benjamin provides our cover here. The synopsis, it starts with vibranium bullets and regrowing limbs. ... Yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be quite the throwdown between Black Panther and Deadpool. You get them both here in that Black Panther Deadpool #1. And I like the abbreviation there. Claim BPVSDP is going to Ricardo. Ricardo, congrats on the BPVSDP. There you go. We saved ourselves some time there. Congratulations, Ricardo. Enjoy that awesome matchup. Daredevil #25, the second print. $6 here on the second print of that Daredevil 25. What justified and really spurred a second print to go quick into production is this is the first appearance of Elektra in the new Daredevil costume. Elektra taking up the moniker and taking up the mantle of Daredevil from Matt Murdock, and that's a look that she's sporting with that wrap. The second print of our Chip Zdarsky written Daredevil #25 for $6. Justin Robinson was saying, I dare you to type that into your web browser at work, the claim BPVSDP. Yeah, there's some stuff that could come up. I understand. Please don't do that, by the way. So, Stray Dogs #3 for $15. I don't get to share Stray Dogs books often enough because we just don't have that many of them anymore. They sell pretty quick. Here we have, this is the Annabelle variant, if you don't already recognize. So Stray Dogs would, it was, the way I've always pitched it, the series itself is Silence of the Lambs meets Lady and the Tramp. If that sounds interesting, Stray Dogs is for you. It's written and created by Tony Fleece, a friend of mine, and with each issue of Stray Dogs, they would do different horror movie homages. Be on the lookout. Tony Fleece is going to be working on a new Army of Darkness miniseries. Bruce Campbell was at Colorado Springs Comic-Con just recently here, and fun that the Colorado Springs native of Tony is going to be working on a Bruce Campbell project like that, like an Army of Darkness book coming from Dynamite. Stray Dogs #3. Low in the print run, low in the series. #3, the Annabelle variant for $15. This is a great price point for this. If you don't already have it, resolve that right now. Here we got Spawn #311 for $4. This kicks off the Cult of Omega miniseries within the Spawn books. This is from 2020, written by Todd McFarlane, with a beautifully illustrated cover there. Their world record-breaking comic. So, Fantastic Four is going to be the world's greatest comic magazine. I think that's how it's called. And Spawn is going to keep that moniker of the world record-breaking comic, being an independent book, and because it went more than 300 issues, it then crested and passed Cerebus, Dave Sims' Cerebus on that. So with that claim of Spawn is going to Mr. Michael Thomas. Michael, congrats on a Spawn book. I'm glad that fills in a gap for you. These are cool books and sometimes harder to come by. It's striking. Let's go to another indie book from Boom Studios. It doesn't say what record it broke. I don't trust it, says Jason Reeves. True. I used to say that a Three Musketeers bar says like 30% less fat. Then what? I don't know. The joke I said was 30% less fat than a bar of fat, but I still like Three Musketeers quite a bit. Something is Killing the Children, number 31 for $40, graded at 9.8. And I was talking about how the death metal book was not a foil cover. This one is. This is the foil full art Virgin cover done by Jenny Frazone. It's gorgeous. Again, calling back to Colorado Springs Comic Con. This is a fun mask to see. It's a relatively easy cosplay, and it's fun to see Erica Slaughter all around. Written by James Tinian IV. Keep an eye out for some things he's got coming here soon too. He's got an independent book coming from Image in a couple months or so. It's called The Deviant, another horror story, but a holiday themed horror story. His horror independent works strike big. Things like Something is Killing the Children here. Rated at 9.8, the foil. There we go. There's all the other information. Number 31, the foil variant done by Jenny Frazone for just $40. Absolute Carnage Scream, number 1, also for $40. This is the Virgin variant, that variant done by Ryan Brown. It's striking. Looks very cool there. The Virgin full art variant of Ryan Brown's cover there to the Absolute Carnage Scream, number 1. Tommy was mighty quick on that with the Claim Venom. We got you, Tommy. You're gonna love this. This is a very good looking book. Congratulations, Tommy. I feel like I show maybe too many new books sometimes, so I try to resolve that in dramatic gestures. Adam number 2 from 1962. This is graded at 3.0, but it is number 2 from it's funny, it says August or September of 62. I kind of feel like they're not 100% sure. But Gil Kane does the cover and the artwork. And then on this graded book from the 60s, his name has already come up because he was responsible for the artwork of the X-Men book, but it also has a letter from Dave Cockrum. So Dave Cockrum, future X-Men artist and creator, sends in a fan letter to our old school DC comic here, and to Adam number 2. I think that's a lot of fun. The Oddest Man on Earth. Terry with the Claim Adam. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed at all. And again, we've already done the work and getting it graded for you there, Terry. Draw any person in 1 minute. No lessons, no talent. I guess they didn't promise that we could draw a person well. So it's kind of like the record breaking. no qualifiers. Terry, congratulations on this Adam book. I'm glad it's going to an awesome collection there. Michael says it's got a lot of new books. Well, yeah, that's great. And all right, so we go from old back to new. This is just from the most recent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT crossover. You're $50 here on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, number 1. 2. This is the the black and white sketch cover the cover done by Kevin Eastman. So Eastman taking a crack at not just his Ninja Turtles, but also the Power Rangers. They're in the black and white. This is a 1 in 25 ratio variant. I forget the name of this. What do you want to call it? Like the vehicle or whatever, like Krang's mover, like that. Help me out with the name on that. And Ricardo's got the claim on MMPRTMNT. Ricardo, you're cracking me up with those abbreviations, but I appreciate it. Honestly, it's a lot to type in. Even CGC couldn't fit all the characters. They had to give it a shorthand because it then go on to the back. Technodrome. Thank you. Oh yes, that is what I needed, Jason. Thank you. And Ricardo, you've got a great TMNT book coming your way. That is TMNT MMPR. And all right, and Jason, I'm going to set up your joke for you here. The draw any person in 1 minute. Jason Reeves declared, I think Rob Liefeld took those lessons. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well done. It's okay. You know, Liefeld, he laughs all the way to the bank. He's getting paid. He's doing just fine. Technodrome. Secret Wars number 6 for $4. The action figure variant. We've seen a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger action figure earlier. This is the Daredevil action figure variant of the Secret Wars number 6. Is from 2015, I believe. And I'd mentioned the name already once, just in reference to action figure variants usually like this. It's John Tyler Christopher does that action figure variant. Now, if you want to get really specific and nerdy, you're in the right place, and I'll help you out with that. Truth be told, this should be a lenticular little element on there, because those little shields, they would, when you tilted them, it would go from like their alter ego to them there. And I think I had the Iron Man one when I was a kiddo. $4 for that Secret Wars number 6 action figure variant. Buckwild just giving mad props to the Liefeld busting chops there. Well done. Sonic the Hedgehog number 63. I tell you what, this is one I don't show very often, but I particularly like this cover that we've got going on here. It's cool. Ian Flynn is the writer, has been writer of Sonic for a long time here, but it's particularly this like kind of graffitied style cover on here, and then we have like multiple it's kind of almost like like multiple panels. It's a great layout. I dig it. It's Sonic has traveled to the past. He's dealing with the diamond cutters here in Sonic number 63 for 4. And Andrew Turner with that claim Sonic. Congratulations, Andrew, on, like I said, I think it's a cool looking book. I don't have them very often to present. All right, you guys are gonna know the answer to this one. There's another what's that kind of movie related question, but hey, why not? Alrighty. George Lucas produced what comic book movie in 1986? There's 86, George Lucas, comic book movie. You guys know it. You know the character. Jesus, those Sonic books go fast. That's right, they do. Yep. And I see the right answer in there a couple times already. With, let's see, Josh, you were quick on it. Jason, you're both quick on it. You're both gonna get. Oh, Josh, no, don't worry. I've actually got 2 of them here. George Lucas was responsible for bringing to the big screen Howard the Duck. So you're gonna get Warlock Rebirth number 1, the Howard the Duck variant cover. No, don't. You're all good there, Josh. Not a second. You're a second red. Award prizes go to first and second place on this one because I got 2 of this Warlock Rebirth for us. Howard. Here's the thing. Like I've seen Howard the Duck multiple times. I've seen it twice. It's not great. However, what bothers me most, not that it's bad, but that George Lucas didn't work on a Star Wars movie. Instead, we got Howard the Duck. That's what bothers me most of all. Not that it exists, but that a Star Wars movie didn't exist. 3 years after Return of the Jedi. Instead, we got Howard the Duck. There we go. Oh, Jason, you know what? That's very kind of you. Jason, with the next in line for that Howard the Duck book, let me see. I believe that would then be Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan. That's very gracious of you. So, Jeremy, thanks you for that Warlock Rebirth Howard the Duck book. That's kind of you, Jason. And if you like trivia and stuff like that, we'll have some trivia at our comic trade night on Monday evening at the shop. It's stuff kind of like that, but there's also like a mystery box. If you haven't attended, that's one of the things. You win something, and then you can either take what you've got in hand, or you can go for what's in the box. And if you go to the crowd, it's always the box. If you didn't know where that usually goes. Marvel Action Origins, #1 for $5. This is geared towards younger readers. Lana Sovani is the cover artist, interior artist, and here's what's kind of cool is like these are, like I said, younger reader geared, and it's a good intro if you know somebody who'd like to pass along a Spider-Man book or a Thanos story. You get Thanos' origin in there too. It has a slick look, and you know when I'm saying that, I don't know how IDW or Dynamite publishes the Disney stuff. I'm not entirely sure how IDW publishes Marvel stuff too, but it is like I said, it's part of the Young Readers program. So with that in mind, that's kind of how that happens, or how Dark Horse publishes the Star Wars Adventures books and stuff. It's to draw a firm line as to why you're not going to get like a Dark Droid story in here, or why this is not going to bridge some of the other Marvel stories that you have going on. That Marvel Action Origins #1 for $5. Spreading the fun to the community. I like that idea. That's charming. Thank you, Jason. Here's a series you can kick off, and again, this is a great intro kind of price for you. Skyborn numbers 1 and 2 from Boom Studios. You get both issues for $4. It's a nice, like I said, kind of intro to a James Bond, King Arthur kind of mashup. But what I particularly like about this too is Frank Cho, who you might see on a lot of great covers and such. This is his joint, let's say. He's writing, illustrating the covers, the interior, the whole thing from Boom Studios. And with the claim Sky, that's going to Mr. First claim I'd seen in there was going to Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan, JPR. Congrats on the Skyborn. Sam Wilson, Captain America, #4 for $6. It's from 2014. This is kind of a notable key book in that is the second appearance of Joaquin Torres, who, when Sam Wilson becomes Captain America, he does leave a spot for Falcon. Torres later becomes the new Falcon, or the second Falcon. In fact, in the Disney Plus series, we were introduced to Joaquin there as well. So I don't know. We'll see if in another Captain America movie, when or if that's already moving based on strikes and stuff like that, if there's any tease of who will replace Falcon. Frankly, $6 for that second appearance of the individual who later becomes the new Falcon. Graded at 9.8. It was a beautiful book and a relatively new one here, such that it's very hard to find a price point on it. So I think this is a fair spot. This is our Harley Quinn book. The full title is Multiversity: Harley Screws Up the DCU, #5. This is the swimsuit variant. Helen Lenoble does our variant cover with Harley on the beach with some bones in the sand, as happens, with her two hyenas, Bud and Lou. It's an the DC did a number of swimsuit variant covers, and then they collected them very recently in the it's called Nort's swimsuit special, and that so if you want to just see all the swimsuit covers collected into a loose story, there are a couple I think unique stories to that book too. Check out that new Nort's, that's GNORT, Nort's swimsuit special with covers like our Harley book here. $50 for that, graded at 9.8. It's gorgeous. It's just a really pretty book. Aliens Rescue, #1 for $4. This is from Dark Horse Comics. That's to say, it's from a few years back here, 2019, that is. Aliens is now being published by way of Marvel. Again, I go through this lineage with some regularity, but it still fascinates me. With Disney owns Marvel, Disney also owns Fox. Fox is part of Aliens. Fox owns Aliens, so Disney owns Aliens, which means that Marvel is now publishing the Aliens comics. And in fact, they put a 20th Century Fox logo in the corner of those Marvel books that they're publishing, like Aliens, Planet of the Apes, and very recently here, actually coming soon, is the Predator versus Wolverine. If that's enlightening or sounds cool, put it on a pull list right now, because I think it's going to be very popular. In fact, we have a wrapped comic short boxes with that Predator versus Wolverine. I put them. They went on sale Wednesday, and I think that morning we almost sold out. That morning, we have more, but it's very popular. Yes, Jason is making that connection. I appreciate and I've heard before. So the Alien Queen is technically a Disney princess. Exactly. That's Disney royalty. That'll be a fun meet and greet at the parks one day. You can go see Moana or Ariel, or the Alien Queen. It'll be a unique line, but I think the people tuning in tonight would be in that line. I want my picture with the Alien Queen. That'd be cool. Bill and Ted Triumphant Return, #1 for $6. Is from Boom Studios, or Boom Comics' 10th anniversary. That's the reason we have the 10 there. Bill and Ted's Triumphant Return, and this is a 1 in 10 ratio variant. I've not shown many ratio variants this evening. I don't know how that lined up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But for every 10 copies of Bill and Ted Triumphant that were purchased, a shop had an opportunity to purchase one of the Bill and Ted Triumphant number 1 with that anniversary cover. $6 for BNTT #1. All right, not a ratio variant, but a shop exclusive. I'll show you something beautiful here too. Vampirella #1 for $30. This is a cover done by Tim Sale, who I believe we lost last year. I think that's when he passed. A real shame on account of he's responsible for so many cool projects, usually with Jeff Loeb, things like Batman The Long Halloween, or Hulk Gray, Daredevil Yellow, so many cool things like that. Tim Sale does our variant cover of Vampirella #1, and as of 2019, it also maintains that certificate of authenticity, the COA, with that numbering, limited to 300. Only 300 is number 294 of 300, as they're published by the exclusive cover from Scorpion Comics. Godzilla War for Humanity #1 for $5. This is a fun cover, and if you dig the cover, you're in luck, because he also does the interior work. This is actually the variant cover, and I think that's a strange turn sometimes when the variant cover is the interior artist as well. But it's Godzilla War for Humanity #1 from IDW, with the cover done by Jake Smith, who also does the interior work. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. Godzilla versus Zeuspora. There we go. We'll go with Zeuspora. Yeah, it has just a manic energy to it. Kind of a, if you know Evan Dorkin, I think he'd be very proud of a cover like this. And it's always a beautiful looking claim when I see that. But Claim God is going to Mr. Jeremy Parker Ryan. JPR, we just had the one of it, but congrats on the Claim God. And Jason, I think you're looking at that Claim the Vampirella. We can get you on there, Jason. Yeah, it's just Claim Vampires. Let me know, Jason, if I'm pretty sure we're good on there, but especially with autocorrect, it's gonna only my autocorrect knows Vampirella when I to fill that in. I type that more often than most. I don't know what that means. Batman Superman World's Finest number 18 for $7. This is the foil full art virgin cover. Look at that, it's so cool. And it delivers, what's fun is Dan Mora does our cover. He's also an interior artist. But the story, as it's written by Mark Waid, it is a flashback story with the first meeting of Batman and Superman, the first meeting of Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. It's a good idea. It's very cool. And we do get some, like our Batmobile back there that Mora gives us. He is a very kind of retro looking Batmobile, and that the split screen like that, like I said, as Jim Lee will do to introduce characters, like our our Wolverine and Omega Red, split screen like that. Superman, Batman, very cool. I like that. I like our Super Bats as Jeremy declared it by way of the claim there. Mr. Jeremy, congrats on the Super Bats. By the way, that could be like a kid series or something like that. That'll be that'll be like the Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends of the DC universe. Super Bats. Dark X-Men number 1 for $5. This is the Adam Hughes variant. Here we have Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen on the cover. And she's really the focus of our Dark X-Men story here, too. This is after the Hellfire Gala, some of the fallout of that, and leading to the fall of X. $5 for that Adam Hughes variant cover. It's and Adam Hughes was at Colorado Springs Comic-Con for that matter, too. I know there might be some people tuning in tonight who got like exclusive sketches done by Adam Hughes. When you get those back, or I know a lot of them got sent off, be graded, but when you get them back, post them on our Facebook page. It's really fun to share them there. I love seeing some of what these one of a kind pieces that people got. A lot of people shared by way of pictures on their phone because they sent them off to be graded that way. But Mr. Buckwild at Claim Dark. We go from Claim God to vampires to dark. It's been a journey, gang. Dark X-Men number 1 is going to there, Mr. Buckwild. Mr. Buckwild. That's your father. Sorry, Buckwild. Disney Villains Hades number 1 for $4. What I dig about this is the variant cover done by Jay Lee. Jay Lee has been given a kind of a not free reign, but he's been doing covers for a lot of the Disney villains books like Scar and Maleficent, and Hades. It's fascinating to me that to see Jay Lee's progress. I was watching a YouTube video of it recently here, and they were comparing how he illustrated Namor back in the 90s, which was big and energetic and crazy, and it's very 90s. It's great, but how he illustrates Namor today, and to see like how he can even take that style and apply it to a known property like the James Woods voicing Hades here. The other cool thing about our Hades too is this is it's within that same Greek mythology. We get Jason and the Argonauts is kind of bridging into Hades numbers 1 and 2. Cool stuff. And I've got Mr. Terry Gill going. It's going to Hades. No, that's not what I meant to say. Terry, we've got you on the Claim of Hades, the Jay Lee variant. Very cool. Did you know, I know too much about Disney stuff too, that Hades was supposed to be voiced by Jack Nicholson initially, and he went in and wanted the same deal that he got with Batman. That is to say, he would get a piece of the merchandising rights, and Disney said, "No, sorry, Jack. You can find concept art of Hades that looks like Jack Nicholson. It's kind of cool that way." James Wood's a great fit, though. Red Sonja, number 2 for $4. This is a variant cover of that. Red Sonja, number 2 from Dynamite, that done by a different Lee. We have Lee Inhuick. Man, I need to look up that name. Doing a beautiful rendition of Red Sonja here on the second issue of that series. Red Sonja and Conan have hit really well recently from Dynamite. I've heard them say that that's been selling better than pretty much anything else they've been doing, which is saying something. So, $4 for that. Is that a gorgeous variant cover there? Let me actually hit that in focus there. There we go. You actually get to see it. Sorry, focus gets dicey sometimes. Let's do a blank variant here. And in fact, I've got a card there. Robin, the 80th anniversary, the 100-page super spectacular for 10. That's the blank variant of Robin, the 80th anniversary one-shot. That blank cover going along the square-bound spine and to the back as well. It's a great canvas for a Robin piece or a Batman piece, or Batman and Robin, or Robin King. We saw that graded one earlier. As an anniversary book, they bring together a whole bunch of the best writers, creators, artists on these 80th anniversaries, celebrating Robin, and it's a super book. $10 for that blank variant. We're getting close to some wrap-up time here. We got some more cool things to share, though. Things like Strange Academy number 1 for $200. This is graded at 9.6. Let me get you the whole title up there. This is the 1 in 25 ratio variant that has since been graded as well. Written by Scotty Young, with interior art by Humberto Ramos, and then a unique cover to the 1 in 25 done by Ramos as well. We have a lot of lineup and cast here on that cover. The first appearances of, there you go. It's if you're ever looking at books that have multiple first appearances, this is always on that list on account as the first appearance of Emily Bright, Doyle Dormammu, I'll read them for you here. Shaylee Moonpetal, Calvin Morris, Desi, Germaine, Gooslag, Zoe, Alvi, Eirik, and Toth. That's quite the lineup in our Doctor Strange meets Hogwarts book. Graded at 9.6. The Strange Academy books are a lot of fun. A lot of people looking for those early issues, like a number 1 and a ratio variant of number 1. If you want to compound a few things, it came out in around like April, May of 2020. That's another reason that it has a relatively low print run, is that comic shops weren't entirely open. They were doing what they can, but so orders were probably down. All things considered, 9.6 for $200. Clack, 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 clack. Venom 2099, number 1 for $15. This is a book I know we've sold in the past, and each time I look it up, it's gone up. So we have another copy of it that we came across here. It's from 2019. We had the other variant of the Death of Venomverse earlier with Ryan Stegman's cover. This is the new Venom 2099 with her first appearance, Aaliyah Bell, and this being Ron Lim's variant cover, we have her on the cover as well. She's not on the cover. The first of the A cover, that one's done by Clayton Crane. $15 for Ron Lim's variant cover of Venom 2099 number 1. Let's hit a trivia question here, and then I think we'll roll into some of the recap, because since I'm going solo here tonight, It might go a little slower than usual. But here's a visual question for you. You guys probably know this. Can you name, what is this bulldog Inhuman's name? He's got like the tuning fork thing on his forehead. And if you know his name, put it in the chat, and you're going to get a copy of that Marvel Unleashed #1 variant. I can't stump you guys. I see the right answer in there a couple times. Mr. Jeremy, you were the first one in there, and then the next is to Buckwild, JPR and Buckwild. If you haven't seen the answer yet, they've hit it with Lockjaw. Lockjaw is the name of the teleporting bulldog in the Inhumans gang. And Unleashed is a cool series. So Buckwild, Jeremy, you're both getting that Unleashed #1. They're teaming up the animals of the Marvel universe. Lucky the pizza dog and Goose. Well, by whatever way you name the Captain Marvel's cat. Or Frog, Thor, Throg, Redwing, Lockjaw, all of them versus Kraven. Kraven the Hunter is our bad guy there. That's a really cool idea. Well done, gang. Like I said, I can't stump you guys. I mean, I know there might be a slow answer, but you guys are not stumped. I tell you that. All right, let's go through some recap of some cool books here. And this will be where it's real important to have something related to the book. You guys have been great about it all night. So, but if you tuned in late at all, some of these will be new to you. So give it a check. Check it out. I'm just going to do them, well, we'll see. It might be 2 or 3 up. The lighting's a little dicey. Gargoyles, #6. Disney's Gargoyles, #6. That done by Lucio Perillo. That's for $4 from Dynamite Entertainment. I referenced it just a moment ago. Death of the Venomverse, #2. The other variant cover. The other cover of Venom 2099 on there for $5. Star Wars Darth Vader, #37. This ties in the Dark Droids, but I think one of the cool things on there is the Chris Sprouse's Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary variant cover, retelling Return of the Jedi chapter for chapter in full page pieces like that. Spider-Man, #11. The Peach Momoko variant for $5, featuring Spider-Boy, written by Dan Slott. A lot of good stuff in there. Doctor Strange fights Dr. Acula for $6 here. And Doctor Strange #62 from 1983. We have a 4-part story here, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, written by Chuck Dixon, with Punisher in Miami from 94. Punisher numbers 89 through 92, just $6 on that full Punisher story arc. Spectre, #8 from 1993, the glow-in-the-dark cover. I like this cover a lot. All the people turn into skeletons. It's a great utilization of the glow-in-the-dark enhancement for those 90s books. That claims Spider-Man, that's going to Mr. Terry. Terry, we got you on the Peach Momoko Spider-Man book. Congrats. Next up, we got Venom Death Trap, The Vault. The graphic novel from 1993, an embossed cover, illustrated by Ron Lim, 64 pages, $8 for that Venom graphic novel. Gargoyles, Dark Ages, #2. Clayton Crane cover, written by Greg Weisman, $5 for the Gargoyles, Dark Ages. See that claim of Venom? That's going to Mr. Kevin Wheeler. Kevin, excellent pickup here. Congrats on the Death Trap. Red Lanterns, #1. Red Lanterns Future's End, #1. The lenticular cover, a one-shot Red Lanterns story, $3, written by Charles Soule, who's also more recently been responsible for 8 Billion Genies. And he's also written like Darth Vader and things like that. He's a good writer. Claim GDA. I got you on there. Buckwild with the Gargoyles Dark Ages. Perfect. Got you on there. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 52 for $15. That's the old Mirage arc with Eastman and Laird as the still writing and writing the city at war with Ninja Turtles versus Shredder and the Foot. Classic. Iron Man number 304 with the debut of the Hulkbuster armor, including the trading cards. I should note those earlier. $25 for that key Iron Man book. Daredevil number 25. This is the second print, reprinting that debut of Elektra in the new Daredevil costume. $6, written by Chip Zdarsky as well. Stray Dogs number 3, the Annabelle variant. This is Tony Fleece's cover for the book that he also wrote. Cover B, technically. $15 for that Stray Dogs number 3. Marvel Action Origins number 1. The Young Readers book there featuring the origin stories of Spider-Man and Thanos. $5 for that book. That's from 2020. Aliens Rescue number 1 from Dark Horse Comics. Brian Wood does the cover, and he's also the writer of our Aliens Rescue book. $4 for that book from Dark Horse Comics from 2019. Bill and Ted Triumphant Return number 1, the 1 in 10 variant, celebrating Boom Comics' 10th anniversary. That for $6. Death of the Venomverse, featuring Venom Boy in the book as well, with chapters written by David Michelini. The Derek Chu variant of the Death of Venomverse for $5. And Ricardo with the Claim B&T. Ricardo with my favorite abbreviations tonight. Thank you, Ricardo. And congrats on the Bill and Ted excellent claim. Sam Wilson, Captain America number 4 from 2014, with the second appearance of Joaquin Torres, who becomes the new Falcon, for $6. Terry, I've got you on the Claim Venom as well. Let's get you on that Death of Venomverse. It's a beautiful cover there too. Terry, congrats on the Derek Chu variant there. Red Sonja number 2, Lee and Hewitt's variant cover. She looks striking and awesome there. $4 for that book from Dynamite. Robin's 80th anniversary 100-page super spectacular. The blank variant. It can be whatever you want on there. $10. Venom 2099. With the first appearance of the second Venom 2099, Aaliyah Bell. The Ron Lim variant with her on the cover as well. We just kind of saw her on the Death of Venomverse book there too. $15 for that. X Factor number 24 is a book I like quite a bit, with the first full appearance of Archangel. Walt Simonson does the cover for that book from 1988. It might be 87. Actually, it says it has a copyright of 87 on there. Essential to the X-Men collection there, with Angel becoming Archangel by way of Apocalypse. How could he? Apocalypse is a jerk sometimes, I tell you. Hercules, Prince of Power, the 4-part miniseries, is his second miniseries. Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 from 1984. Written and illustrated covers, all entirely done by Bob Layton. $6, just $6 for that full 4-part Hercules, Prince of Power miniseries. And then we have these 6 chapters, 1 through 6, all the direct editions of Venom Lethal Protector. If you see a lot of other symbiotes on here, these are also their first appearances. It's Venom's first solo series and the first appearances of like Lasher and Scream and Agony and a lot of other pleasant words there. $70 for the Venom Lethal Protector, chapters 1 through 6 of 6. All right, got some other slabbed books I get to share again too. Oh boy, these are so pretty. And I like that we can, if there's something add to your collection, I feel like it's a very fair price point. I really try to, I want to find them a good home. we found some comics great homes at over at the Springs Comic Con. But Spider-Man #1, the Comic Mint edition. This is J.J. Abrams' run on Spider-Man from 2019, with that Comic Mint exclusive cover done by Shannon Mayer, Maer. $50 for that, graded at 9.8. Love that. And then, not to be outdone, we have our Mary Jane to the left, and then Raza providing the Wonder Woman #799 cover. Wonder Woman 799, also graded at 9.8 for $50. It's, like I said, I really like that one. In fact, we'll probably just slide these over as with that in mind. That'll be the way to present these, just with glare and stuff. We also have Batman #2 with the Jim Lee's variant cover. Jim Lee's variant graded at 9.4 from 2011. And Buck Wild, I think I might have sold you on the Wonder Woman. I think it's a beautiful addition there. Congratulations. Yeah, when you get it, like I almost guarantee you'll just love it. It looks so good, it's particularly in person. And Ricardo with the claim on Batman, a Jim Lee Batman cover for $30. Wonderful. Ricardo, we got you on that Batman #2. $60 for Swamp Thing #49, written by Alan Moore with that Stephen Bissett cover. That also in our 9/6 graded book. It also features John Constantine, Deadman, Demon, Phantom Stranger, Spectre. There are all sorts in there. Buckwild says, for my daughter. I think that's great. You know, that's it. It's a powerful, dynamic cover and empowering. I think like so. That's awesome. That's a beautiful reason for that Wonder Woman book. Our Swamp Thing here at graded at 9.6 for $60. That's from 1986. And then from 2020 we have Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King, graded at 9.8. The variant cover for $40. Two dark books side by side. Feels appropriate since most department stores think it's Halloween already. I'm just going to continue the darkness for a moment here with the Something is Killing the Children #31, graded at 9.8 for $40. That's the Jenny Frozone foil variant cover. Looking striking and cool there. The Virgin foil cover, $40 for that, graded at 9.8. And Harley Screws Up the DC Universe #5, or the full title is Multiversity. Harley Screws Up the DCU #5, the swimsuit edition cover, graded at 9.8 for $50. Both those looking striking and cool and beautiful. And then we also had the Strange Academy #1, the 1 in 25, graded at 9.6 for $200. And Dave Sturgis, Dave, not too late with the Something is Killing the Children there. Ooh, Dave, you're going to like that. Congratulations, David. I think that might be your first time of the evening there, David. Congratulations, and thanks for joining us. That Strange Academy with many first appearances, graded at 9.6, a 1 in 25 Humberto Ramos cover for $200. Ramos also doing the interior artwork, but I like kind of this painterly look that he gives to the cover here too. He's an awesome artist, a great fit for a book like this written by Scotty Young. All right, let's take a look. I've got 2 more things to share. Let's see. We had an Art Germ book shown much earlier, and I said we'd get back to Art Germ, and I'm delivering on that promise right now. Amazing Spider-Man #1 is $350 here. This is the Art Germ variant cover. Pure Art is it's their exclusive cover that they have with Black Cat featured on Amazing Spider-Man #1. Is the Art Germ cover. As you can see, it's signed by Art Germ and also signed by John Romita Jr. It's a double signed book by JR and Art Germ, signed on we'll say on might have been at separate events. It's possible. They are separated by more than a week. And I'll just keep delivering on here. It also has the certificate of authenticity on the back. That's included. It's not inside of the case. It's within the sleeve. This is number 219 of 1500 of this, for this cover, the pure art variant. Not all 1500 were also signed, so it's very much a subset of a subset with that in mind. Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the Artgerm variant, signed by Artgerm and John Romita Jr., the interior artist, at 350, graded at 9.8. That gold label indicating that's been an authenticated signature as well. Oof. It's just a really, really nice book there. I wonder if I got... You guys may not be happy about this next one, but you do. I always declare this. You get first opportunity at a book like this. So let me put our Artgerm double signed book away. This is the most expensive book I've shown on a live sale in a very long time. But we have Giant Size X-Men number 1 for $1,000. It's about the right price. It's a fair price. This is one we just got recently, and I was talking up Strange Academy being a multiple first appearance book. Giant Size X-Men number 1 is kind of the quintessential first appearance book, with the first appearances of Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Warpath. I think Banshee's first appearances in here. So many first appearances in our Giant Size X-Men number 1 with Glenn Cochran, who I mentioned, or Dave Cochran, whose letter first appeared in the Atom book that we saw earlier tonight. That was me kind of indirectly teasing this. But Giant Size X-Men number 1, it's $1,000, and it's just an amazing one. You guys get first opportunity, at least to see it. We like to be able to showcase that on occasion. And yep, Tommy, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was excited that we were able to get this to the Iron Line and present it to you guys here first. But I tell you what, so I'm going to close with that. I can't top it. I can't do much more than that. Gang, I tell you what, it has been a blast. Thank you for joining us here this evening, for tuning in. The coloring on it is beautiful. It is. What grade would you give it, Cecil? You come check it out. It does have an issue in the corner there. That is missing. That's not just folded back. There's some fading along the top there. Definitely a color breaking line going down there too. But it's a tough one. I wouldn't. I'm not going to ballpark a grade on it because that's unfair, especially on a book like this. When if you said it was a 2 or a 3 or a 4, that's kind of a big swing. You know, it's a difference of hundreds from 2 to 4. So, but if you're interested, I mean, I can bring it to the shop on Monday night for our comic trade night. We'll put it behind the glass if you'd like to see it in person. We'll have it on display at our comic trade night on this coming Monday, on Labor Day. We'll be Iron Line will still be open, and I'll be working, and we'll set up some cool things. We've got bring some books you'd like to trade. Bring some knowledge too. We've got some cool trivia. We'll have some fun things going. Some fun things going there. We got some silent auction items. They're free books. You can pick up some free books too. No matter what, you're gonna walk out with some cool free books. So mid price is 2.2 thousand. Yeah. According to Key Collector. Yeah, Key Collector's a little dicey on pricing. That is the weakness of Key Collector. It's a great resource, but it's a little tough sometimes. It's not always up to date on. Not always up to date. Let's put it that way. And so I hope you can join us on Monday on our comic trade night. But beyond that, it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a fun, safe Labor Day, and we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.